How do I love myself? That's the question that we're going to explore today. My name is Dewan Jovan, and welcome to the Dewan Jovan Show. How do I love myself? This is the thing that I've asked myself many times and something that I felt many times. So when this came up yesterday when I was speaking with my mother, I felt like it was a perfect episode for today because it's very relatable, because we've all been there. We've all maybe not taken care of ourselves the best way that we can, and we also haven't loved ourselves the best way that we can. So today's episode. So as I said, yesterday I was speaking with my mother, and she was talking about how, she is not drinking enough water, how she'll go the entire day without eating, how she has medication that she's supposed to take and she won't take it. So when she was telling me all these things, the thing that came to my mind is that those are not loving behaviors. When you love someone, you take care of them. You make sure that they're good. You make sure that they're healthy. You make sure that they have everything that they need. So when you are not taking care of yourself, you are not being loving to yourself. This was my whole story. I would see things saying like, oh, love yourself, care for yourself. And I didn't exactly know what that meant. It was never made clear to me what self-love looked like, and I heard like from RuPaul, how the hell are you going to love somebody when you can't love yourself? And I would be like, yeah, okay, I get that. I intellectually understood that. But what does loving myself actually look like? And the answer came for me in a meditation that I found. I was in a phase where I was, meditating religiously, and I was searching all over YouTube for different types of meditations, some guided, some not, abundance meditations, whatever it may be. And this particular day, I stumbled upon this inner child meditation. I was like, okay, what's this? So I did it. And as I'm doing it, in the meditation, you're to get in a time machine and you are to take yourself back to your childhood. It could be any age, and you are to introduce yourself to the younger version of yourself and say like, I'm from the future and I'm here to talk to you. And then what you begin to do is you talk to yourself and you tell your younger version of yourself, that you love them, that they're special, that you care about them. And then you give them this really big hug. And after that hug, you are to unzip yourself and to put your inner child inside of you. And then you zip yourself back up and get on the time machine and come back to the present. And then from that moment forward, your responsibility is to take care of your inner child. Now, let me tell you, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it again, because there was something about, having a conversation with my younger self and saying all these beautiful things, and then knowing that now my responsibility is to take care of my inner self, like my younger self, that was so moving and powerful. So from that point forward, I would make my decisions and think about, this plane's going by. From that point forward, I really would think about, I've got my younger version inside of me, so I need to be loving. I need to be kind to them. So I would, I'm the type of person who I like to do well at things, which means that I often will push myself. And sometimes I push myself too far. I won't give myself a break until I finish something. And now that I have, my inner child inside of me that I have to care for, when I get to that point, I'm like, Dewan, you need to relax. Go take a break. Go watch a funny video. Go outside. Just go sit in the sun. Leave your phone. Just go and be outside and just enjoy nature for a moment. And when I do that, I feel so much better. I feel relieved because I'm taking care of myself. I will also make sure, like, hey, eat some vegetables. Hey, how much water have you had today? I take care of myself as though I'm a child. Like, so I think about like what my needs are, what would the needs be of a child, and I give myself those things. And what I will say is through the process, I have really started to feel a love inside of myself that, someone didn't have to give me anything. Someone didn't have to say something. I built it in myself by treating myself loving, by treating myself with kindness. That's how I got to the place where now I can say I love myself. And it's not words, it's actions. I've shown myself how to love myself through the actions that I've taken. That's a thing you can do if you maybe have the same question. How do I love myself? Well, maybe begin to take care of yourself like a child. Start to parent yourself and give yourself what you would give a child. And if you feel that it wouldn't be good for a child, maybe don't give it to yourself. And experiment and see what that's like for a while. After some time, how do you feel? Do you feel better? Do you feel loving? Do you feel like, I feel filled up? My thing is always when I come across something, I'll experiment. I can try it for a while and see how it feels. And if at the end of it I feel better, then that's something that I continue to do. If at the end of it I feel not better, then I don't do it no more. I think it's a simple way that I make my decisions. So to wrap up, if you've ever had the question or the thought, how do I love myself? How do I treat myself loving? Then a way that you can do that is to parent yourself like a child, and not just any child, but you as a child. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. It was inspired by my mom. Hi, Mom. And a conversation that we had yesterday. So I just wanted to share kind of my insights and what I kind of thought about how to love yourself. I'm going to link the meditation that I did below because it was really helpful for me, and I hope that it'll be helpful for you. So subscribe if you haven't, like this video, and also comment below if you end up doing the meditation, what you think about that, or what do you think about this concept of parenting yourself. As always, thank you again so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.